Remember that for every child that switches from a traditional charter to or a traditional district school, and by and large, most of the district schools, with the state actually saves money for every child that switches over to an ESA.
That is Arizona's Senate President Ben Toma making a claim about a school funding program that's the center of so much debate. The ESA expansion led by Toma has cost the state budget more than 10 times than what was initially projected. It comes as the state faces an ongoing budget crisis.
And tonight, 12 News journalist Joe Dana verifies the claim being made by Toma when he says that ESAs actually save the state money.
House Speaker Toma says the cost for the state for ESAs is nearly half of that of public schools. So why are Republican leaders at the Capitol saying this? This is a big talking point that they are using. This one just recently posted by Senate Republicans. As you can see, it says taxpayers save money with ESAs. Funding projected to reach more than $14,600 per student this year in public schools, $7,500 this year for an ESA student. It suggests taxpayers save more than $7,000. On its face, it makes a powerful case for the value of ESAs. But is it true? Let's verify. School funding data comes from the nonpartisan Joint Legislative Budget Committee and the State Department of Ed. Longtime school budget consultant of charters and public schools, Anna Apritella, crunched the numbers in a report shared with lawmakers. Here's what it shows. Immediately, what we notice is this is a false comparison. Why? This number includes the average spent in district schools for special education. This number does not include special education funds. What if we added special ed dollars to the average on this side? ESA special ed funds would bump up this number to just short of $9,800. Now, that could be a more accurate comparison, but it still does not show a comparison of savings, which is the word ESA supporters are using. That's because there are costs on this side that public schools pay whether or not students stay or leave public schools to take an ESA. These are expenses like utilities, AC repairs, bus routes, loan payments, things that generally don't change year over year. This side also includes money not related to the state budget at all. So what's the actual amount of money the state would save or lose from one year to the next based on how a student is funded? Here's the breakdown. It shows the cost difference of a student taking an ESA who leaves a district public school and a no state aid district school. Where does that term come from? It relates to how districts get their money. For example, Scottsdale Unified is a no state aid district because its property wealth is high enough that it's funded differently. That's important. There are dozens of no state aid districts around the state. And then you have a charter school. Remember, charters are also public schools funded by the state. Red is an expense, green a saving. There is a savings to the state budget for a charter school student who takes an ESA. Look, school budgets are complicated, no doubt. But 12 News can verify that this talking point being used by Speaker Toma and Republican legislative leaders is false. The math does not support his claim or the claims that his colleagues are making. Joe Dana, 12 News.
Joe, thank you. If there's something you'd like for us to verify, make sure you send us an email with your idea to verify@12news.com. You can also post your question to the 12 News Facebook page.